Hey, Mike, when it comes to free throws, you guys have done a great job of creating chances to get at the line this year. I think you're 36th in the country, but obviously not doing a great job when you get there. I think bottom 30 in terms of percentage. When it comes to the players and their reaction to this, what are you seeing from them? Are they pressing too much? Are they not taking it seriously enough? Somewhere in between? Where are you seeing that?
Well, I think they take it serious. It's because we shoot them every day, all day in practice, from the beginning to the end, in the middle. Um, it's just a mindset, man. I've never seen anything like it in my career. I mean, it's just a mindset that these guys got. Just go up and they're free, man. I mean, when they give you an opportunity to go score a free bucket or a point, 2 points, you got to take advantage of it. And, you know, the fact that we've been able to get to the line, says a lot about, our offense and how we've constructed it, trying to play pretty much inside out based on our personnel and what we have. And we just got to keep working. That's all I can say. I mean, in terms of shooting them and getting these guys comfortable, man, because tomorrow they're going to be in that same position. They're going to get fouled, and they got to just step up and make them.
Mike, then Alex.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, with the youth you guys have and inexperience in terms of this stretch, losing three or four, two at home, how have you kind of tried to, do you get a sense of their psyche and how they're kind of handling it and kind of trying to help them through it? Just being kind of something they probably haven't experienced before, a lot of these kids.
Well, it's tough, I mean, it's my job to help these guys navigate through it. I'm trying to stay positive and still, have to coach. I mean, when you watch film with these guys and you see things that are not right, you can't let it slide. You have to point it out. Films is a teaching tool, and you hope that guys that they don't take it personal. You shouldn't take it personal. Hell, it's coaching. All coaches do it. So, um, I mean, I look at our first 5 games. We were 4-1. The next 10, we were 7-3. And these last 10, we're 3-7. And you figure if you just added 3 more games to that mix, you sitting, up at the top, not at the top, but you're above the middle, going towards the top, and you're in a good position. But right now we're not there. So we got 6 games left, and I think we got to win them all. I mean, that's just, maybe I'm putting pressure on our guys, but that's the only way I can coach. We got to take it one game at a time and try to win them all.
Alex, and then Mike Schumann.
Mike, thanks for the time. You've talked at length about the front court being kind of the strength of this team this year, but when you kind of look at the rebounding numbers on both ends, I think you guys are 10th in offensive rebounding percentage and defensive rebounding percentage in Big Ten games. What maybe is not happening kind of on the glass that needs to happen, and how have you guys tried to address that?
Well, we work on blockout drills pretty much every day. We don't send 4 guys to the rim because I'm a big believer. You can send 3, but trying to send 4 and then having balance coming back the other way from a defensive standpoint, I've always thought it hurts you. So, I mean, from an offensive standpoint, I think our 3 bigs, they just got to be more active and going to the glass. Malik, especially because he doesn't get a lot of putbacks, and we don't get them as a team. And then defensively, all 5 guys. I mean, we've gotten outworked. I mean, the last game, second chance shots, 50-50 balls, they were the difference. And when we're doing the right things and getting 50-50 balls and blocking out and rebounding, when we rebound with teams, we're normally pretty good, and we put ourselves in a nice position to win. But again, on the other night, it was the 50-50 balls and the second chance opportunities that we gave up, along with the missed free throws that cost us, I thought.
Mike, then Mason.
Yeah, good morning, Coach. Obviously, you've been around this game a long time, seen a number of different teams. What's your theory on, can a team become a good free throw shooting team, or is that something that if it's important to you as a staff, it's going to have to be emphasized in recruiting?
Well, I mean, I look at, McKenzie, he's probably our best free throw shooter. I mean, Gabe is not a bad free throw shooter from there. It's not real good. And it's not like these guys got bad strokes. I mean, Malik's shot is a good shot. The big fella Ware is a good shot. Gallo's shot's not that, it's not tore up. I mean, none of these guys' shots are tore up. So I look at it just from a mental standpoint, man. I mean, you can't be scared to step up there. I mean, it's a part of basketball. It's been that way from the beginning of the time. So, all I can do is keep preaching. If their shots were tore up, then that's different. I mean, then you got to work on the mechanics and do a lot of different things in that area. But it's they don't have bad shots. So it's between the ears to me. We just got to get these guys comfortable and making them, because it's a big part of the game, and you should punish teams when they put you in that position.
Mason, then Jack.
Mike, thanks for your time this morning. I think last night you said that Gabe Cupps played one of his better games of the season in defending Boo Boo in Northwestern. Kind of when you look back at his season this year and what's next for him, kind of what do you see as the next steps of his development?
Well, again, he's been thrown to the wolves basically as a freshman. And I recruited Gabe. The deal was, everybody thought Jalen wouldn't be a one and done. That was the whole deal. And you had X, and you knew Gabe would come in and probably be a third point guard behind two veteran guys, Jalen being a sophomore now. And, when we knew Jalen was leaving, we desperately tried to find a backup point guard or a starting point guard to go along with Xavier and Gallo. So we explored, we talked to different guys, and guys went to different, went other places based on they thought that was a better fit. So, we basically came into this season hoping like hell that X didn't get hurt, and Gabe would get an opportunity to learn slowly. But that hadn't been the case. He's been thrown right out there, and I think he's had a good freshman season, man. I mean, considering, he hadn't shot the ball very well, but the other night he made 2 threes, and defensively, I think he's been solid from day one. I mean, and trying to deal, especially in the Big Ten, with every team's point guard is pretty damn good. And he's pretty much held his own from a defensive standpoint. I thought the other night against Boo Booey, I mean, he's been one of the hottest point guards in the league, and the whole day, young man, 3 for 14 shooting, and some of the different times down the floor where he was able to keep him in front, which has been a task for a lot of teams. I was really impressed with that.
Jack, and then Tom.
Mike, you've talked a lot about this season, just the team playing well in spurts, but not being able to, put a full game together. I guess, why do you think that's been the case, and kind of what do you feel like you can do at this point of the season to get them to kind of sustain a full 40-minute game when they've shown that they can play at a high level, in spurts?
Well, again, you look at, I think the best game we played to me was the Kansas game. And then we dropped the ball the last 3-4 minutes of that game. So, I mean, we've proven we can play at a high level. You just got to keep working, man. I think the reason why we're dropping the ball, a lot of times it's just not used to being there. I mean, the newness of our team. A lot of these guys, my job is to try to put them in the best position possible. And, you try to go to guys that you think that can deliver. And, it's a mixture of things, not making shots, not making free throws, critical turnovers at critical times, not getting a key rebound. All of that is just newness, I think. This team the last 2 years didn't do that a lot of times. I mean, we were able to, if we jumped on the team, we were able to sustain it and play it all the way to the end and not play in spurts like we've had to do this season. And I just like to think as the years go by and we continue to grow, if we're able to keep everybody together, you won't have that. But we got 6 games left. And it starts tomorrow. I mean, this is a big game for our team, man, in terms of really staying in the hunt and trying to move the other way versus going the other way.
Tom, last one.
Mike, in 2024 here, you and I both turned 66 years old, and I know how my mindset kind of works, and I'm kind of curious about how yours works. Like, do you think at all in the few little minutes of off time you have as to how much longer you want to do this?
Well, again, I came back to try to put this team in the best position possible, and I'm going to continue to do that. I mean, I'm 60, almost 66, but I feel good and I still move around, and I still think well in terms of the game, and I still think I can teach the game. So I don't know. I mean, there are coaches that are coaching into their 70s, and I don't know if that's something I'll do. I don't know. But at this point, I'll take it a day at a time, a year at a time. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. I'm just not. So I'm going to continue to build this team and try to put this team in the best position possible and see where it leads us.
Thank you, Mike.
All righty. Thank you.